Alright, what's good, YouTube? This is Silas. I'm introducing myself here with this. I want to start with a story for you guys. I want to jump straight into this. No fluff. We're just getting straight in it. And this is a personal story, but it's also just a lot of people will identify. I'm setting a scenario. You'll see what I'm doing. All right. Many of us have been there. So you let's say you're 16, 17. You're in high school. You're finally realizing how mundane it's getting. The pattern, the repetition, the homework. You go to school, you come home, you eat, you play a game, you shower, you smoke, whatever. And then you go and do it all again and again. And you're now settling into that pattern. Well, a lot of us during this time, we start to want to play as we used to as kids. It starts to come out of us. And the way it does, I know I'm wording it strangely, but the way it usually does is when your hobbies and passions start to come out. It's usually around this time where people really find out what they enjoy doing, as life starts to take away from the time you have to do those things, and you have to become more selective with what you choose to donate your time to. So you then begin to appreciate the things you love and selectively choose the things you love to do. Well, many of us, you're in high school and you're hearing about this thing called YouTube. I mean, you're watching plenty of it. But then you're finally understanding that YouTube is those guys just sitting behind a camera in their house or recording in their house. And you're like, I could do that, because you're still young. So you're just like, I can do anything. So, and this manifests in multiple ways because some people got it like that and some people don't. So, like, there's scenarios where, maybe you got your Xbox and everything. You're like, you hear about this Elgato thing, HDRs and PVRs getting big around, 2008, 2010? 2000, yeah, right around that time. And I mean, this is earlier than the age I was saying we're at, but go with it. So, you get your HDR, you start recording some stuff, and you have no idea what you're doing. You just love video games, and you're just throwing stuff up there, and it's getting like 5 views, and 4 of those views are people that you asked specifically to watch. They're your friends, so you're like, nobody's seeing this, or maybe you're that other guy who doesn't have anybody, so you're just like, but you're smart, so like you're trying to work around stuff, and you're like emulating and trying to screen capture on school computers and crazy, and you figure something out, you get something working and going, get a few videos up to get maybe a little bit more views. You got 20 views, 40 views, in your videos, but I mean, you got so much shit going on with real life hitting you. You can't really stay focused on what you're doing, and eventually, just like the one who has it, both of you peter off because you don't see immediate results. And you think it's not worth it, it's not gonna work. So you forget about that. You just play games for you, and you try to go on with life. Fast forward, now you're 20, 22, 21. You didn't go to college. You knew you didn't want to go to college. By the second year of high school, you were dead inside. How do you do? I mean, you talked about going to college, but we all knew none of us really wanted to go to college. None of us wanted to go to college because we all wanted to do something much different. We wanted to follow our passions. But see, the modern world we live in, they tell you that that's what you're supposed to do, but that's not what you get to do. Not unless you have the money to do so. and the family, and the income level to have done so during your upbringing. And since most of us on this platform, and if you're gonna end up watching this video, probably you, didn't have the most stable and luxurious upbringings, and or even the most supportive ones that would lead to you being in a healthy state, and hell, even the possibility of making it happen with like the resources to make it happen, to get you into school or get you that special training or get you that equipment. Like you can't. There's a barrier to entry on the dreams they told us were open to everyone, and we're now coming to that as creators. People who find that they can't stop thinking about that dream they had in high school, or that small channel they made that never went anywhere. They still remember to log in. They go back and check on the videos every once in a while and laugh like, I can't believe I was doing that. That was fun though. It was so fun. It's what they say every time. It's what I say every time. It's hard to get started because society is literally telling you that if you want to follow this path and be a creator, you need a barrier. There's a barrier to entry. You need some money first, because this is going to take up a majority of your time. So if you're working a full-time job, 40 hours, you can forget like getting anywhere fast on YouTube, because you're going to be producing content at such a slow rate that, I mean, it's going to be damn near impossible for you to break out anywhere, and you're probably going to quit from burnout before you even get any real traction going anyway, which will just make it doubly depressing when it then falls down around you, or you lose your job over it and it's not sustainable yet, and so you freak out and you don't keep the channel going either. You just fall into this vortex. Oh, you're getting a little personal there. Anyway, you need to have certain things already set up and in place if you're gonna do YouTube. Like, you already need to be in a financially stable and emotionally stable environment, and that does not happen often. I mean, if you want to do it, with ease, like in its most natural way, where it's fun and engaging, and you approach it with confidence, and you're enjoying yourself, and it's a fun experience, all that good stuff. You can still start and successfully run channels that under pressure and under unfavorable financial circumstances, but it's not gonna be fun. First, it's not going to be fun for a long time, and it's not going to be profitable. It's going to be a source of anxiety and tension and stress and nervousness as you fret over every little detail and wonder if you really should be job searching and going to interviews instead of wasting your time in front of this camera making no money. Hard and harsh, but true. And I think I can say that, having brought myself down to nothing, as I'm currently homeless, in pursuit of my dream to create, to make content, to be a YouTuber, to be my own personal brand, to not be a slave to some corporation and kiss ass and swallow dick all day for pennies on a dollar while they make bank sitting on their ass supervising me, while somebody above them sits on their ass supervising them, making 3 times as much as all of us. It weighs so heavily on my conscience. I can't even get a job now. And that deals with some of my trauma, which I'll certainly get into in a later video. But for this introductory, I thought I'd just keep it simple. But I've gotten to a point where, due to my life's special circumstances, I can't emotionally accept working at a job when I know that even though it wouldn't be fun, from the bottom, this can be done. Just as long as you have the will to see it through until it is fun. Because it will be fun later when you're not so stressed out. But there's a barrier. And that's what the previous video on this channel was. It was speaking of breaking the personal barrier, the nervousness, and, putting yourself out there, the fear of failure, and, you're really fearing the investment because you know that you're going to be doing this for a long time without anything coming back, and you're worried if you're wasting that time. You don't want to waste that time because it's so precious, but you end up wasting your time on your fears instead of what you really wish you would do. So I think that's silly. But that first video that's on this channel, Breaking the Barrier, was all about getting through the emotional barrier. What I hadn't realized and hadn't encountered yet, but quickly did after posting that video, was the other barrier, the life barrier. And that has nothing to do with... So now, after I had done that, I'm like, okay, I know it'll take me some time, but I know eventually I'll be an awesome fucking YouTuber. The barrier then became, but should I find a way to sustain myself first so that I can create in a safer environment? Or do I keep trying this because it's really putting a huge amount of strain on me? And I feel like I'm moving at such a sluggish rate because of how much other things are on my plate. I can't focus on this. So it begins to feel like if you try to focus on basic survival, there's no room for your dream. Not at least until you have like some money in the bank and you got your own apartment, and that's so far away. That's almost as far away as being profitable on YouTube. That's how far away that is for me at this point. But it's like, I can't wait, so I can't wait for that. And also the platform's changing rapidly too, so if I'm gonna come up, now's really the time. Before ad revenue is already pretty much shot to hell, but it's still something. But it'll take forever to even get there with the new rules. Let's not even worry about that. That gets into YouTube deep stuff. But if you're on this, I'm hoping that by the time I've worked this out and how to work the tags and stuff, the people who are coming to this channel will be people who watch other creative helpers like Roberto Blake and video influencers, people like that, because the people who are watching those channels, they're the struggling artists, they're the struggling creators who can't get out of the box. And I know because I'm still in the box. I mean, I'm stepping out with this video, but that would mean, like, as of what, I don't even know how long it's been going. As of 13 minutes ago, I was still in the box because I was just afraid to continue on with what I was doing, even though I knew I already had the talent and it would grow over time, so there's no need to fret about that. I had gotten through the emotional barrier, but I was still letting the situational barrier stop me. But now I've punched through. So I wanted to make this video to kind of share with you guys like the break in between and what all was happening there. And we'll get into it in more detail on a personal level. But I wanted to share it from, the general perspective so that it would apply to all. Because, we'll get into me in a separate thing. God. Anyway. I've rambled on for about 14 minutes. That average length is 10. My videos are always going to end up going pretty long. So I don't want you guys to get used to these short videos. They are only going to be short in the beginning. As soon as I really get started, and I'm talking about a subject in depth, when I go in depth, I go in depth, and that takes time. But I think there's I know that there's a sizable audience that loves longer videos, and like me, I know there's also a pretty huge amount of people now using YouTube as a kind of podcast like service where you've got that YouTube sweet YouTube bread. Oh, I love YouTube bread. I'm sorry. That sweet YouTube bread that eliminates the ads. Oh, it gets rid of the ads. Uh, and then you got the background play. So I'll put on my gaming news and I'll cut the screen off and play Warframe. It's like having a ticker in my ears while you play something that's repetitive anyway. So it's a perfect mix. Anyways, I know there's a large amount of people starting to do that now, and this is why many YouTubers are starting to put their podcast on YouTube, like just their podcast with still image on YouTube, because people are listening to it that way. Things are shifting. I like it though. So, in conclusion, in general, my message and my point with sharing that is, don't let life stop you either, because some of you, many of you. And hell, I'm even speaking to my best friend at this point. If he hears this ever, he'll know I'm talking to him anyway. You've got the confidence for it. You've got the talent for it. You've got the skill for it. But you feel like your life is not set up for it. Because you won't be able to make content like you watch at your current financial level. But you don't need to. You only need to make content for your level. You will grow as you make content, and so will your equipment and your quality, making your videos look more like theirs. But there has been data showing and proving that it does not matter whether you're big or small, or you have many views or a little bit of views. People don't take that into account when they click on a video. They think about the thumbnail, they think about the title, and then they listen to you and they decide if they like your personality or not. And if they do, then they subscribe if you have content similar to what they liked. If you don't, they won't. And if you don't have more than 10 videos, thank you, Roberto Blake. If you don't have more than 10 videos, when they hit your channel name to go see, oh, does he have any more videos like that? I enjoyed that one. And there's like 5 more, they're not gonna subscribe. There's no content there. Especially if that content was uploaded a long time ago and it never continued, it just dropped off. They're like, oh, he's never coming back. Well, it would have been nice, and they move on. So we as creators need to stop being afraid, myself included. We need to just move forward and make do with what we have. If you're really passionate enough, you can do it. Hell, I'm recording on a cell phone right now. Gonna patch that together with some gameplay footage. I didn't even mention that at the top, which is what you're supposed to do. Gosh darn it. I'll put it in the description just in case. We're playing Warframe today. Alright? Playing Warframe today, that's what's been on the screen. That's what you've been looking at if you're watching this. And not in background mode. Which is, it's fine if you put it in background mode. It's fine if you don't put it in background mode. Some vloggers that get here are not. Some people that come here for this content are not going to be interested in gaming at all. And that's cool. But I am. And eventually I want to get to the point where I'm playing my game and making these videos. That way I can play and work at the same time. And my face will be in there too with the video. So the video game footage will be there. But my face will be there as well. In a weird way, it's almost like when they're doing a let's play or something and they put themselves in, except I'm not here to entertain you. I'm going to be playing while vlogging to you. Because I could just vlog to you, and I'm a great orator. It wouldn't be boring to watch me. I'm gesticulating, it's passionate in my facial expressions. You could just watch me, but I like this. Especially too, because there's no good gaming vlogs out there. I think other people are trying this, but it's not being executed well. And for me, I love unique. I love that. Unconquered territory. Hey, what's up? So I'm trying to jump in that before they get it right, because I know I already got it right. I just don't have the money to do so. But if I just go ahead and do it now, and if the people who find me will know I'm the originator. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble now, you guys. I'm gonna sign off, and I will hit you guys with another video very soon. Probably within the next 2 or 3 days. Probably about. I'll probably actually be talking about my gaming channel in the next video, and what I'm doing with that as I figure that out. But yeah, I'll check you guys next time. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you didn't like my presentation, leave a dislike. Feedback, no matter what it is good. Comments too, drop them. Put them down there, guys. Especially if you clicked on this and then clicked away, like before you click away, leave a comment and tell me why you didn't stick around, or tell me why. That way I can fold that back in. But if you made it to this point, yeah, you didn't click away, huh? So yeah, if you made it to this point, just drop a comment. Leave some feedback. Alright, love you guys. Talk to you soon.